Forgive me, for I forgive me. Forgive me, for I am angry. In the past 365 days, I have seen the worst of humanity. I have seen verses of the Quran being played like cards in a poker game where the stakes are lives and the chips are knives used to cut through the veins of the poor and the marginalized. I have seen so-called preachers and scholars spit fire of obscenity and hate, interrupted by commercial breaks, and this show was brought to you by Tawheed wa Noor, because why buy from Amma Mohsin when you can help fund a terrorist group and emerging religious neo-capitalist class and help that party that claims to be holy to cling onto power just like any other coward who stoops so lowly to those with more power and more money. I have seen a man with a beard who prays in front of a set of cameras, travels to the mosque in a barricade of cars or an army at whatever cost, like 3 million tax dollars every time this man decides to show off his piety, while terrorists sit by his side like guard dogs, growling and pouncing at anyone who dares to think. While the sheep scream takbir, do they even know the God whose name they smear with hate speech? So tell me, what difference does it make? From a man who thinks he's God to a man who thinks he's holy. So arrogantly stupid, lying blatantly in the face of millions and a minimum wage that was never placed about the rumors of economic crisis as if the 10-hour gas station lineups and electricity cuts don't suffice it. And the compliments we've never seen, the freedom we have yet to feel, and the numbers that just don't add up. Wait, aren't you supposed to be an engineer? Your speeches are physically painful to watch, killing us with boredom like a poorly done puppet show. We could fully see the fingers and the lips of the masters moving. A dictatorial degree, and what is it proving? Dragging a man naked on the street, stealing your people's dough. A sheikh dragged dead on the street after you publicly labeled him a foe. Placed an entire city on curfew after showering their funerals with bullets. So the griever becomes the grieved for. But what do you expect from a government who's afraid of ballet? Bombing protesters, torturing activists, and killing journalists. Christy Ginzi with Hosseini negligent train crashes, killing 40 kids. May their soul haunt you in their grave, and yet you blame us for your failures? Call it an excessive dose of democracy, whatever the heck that means? How dare you speak of democracy, you double-faced coward, American-powered kiss-up machine? Haven't you learned a thing from those before you? Do you really think you're fooling God with that beard? Wow. So raise your palace walls as high as they can go, but they'll never reach the heavens. Escape from your people barefoot through back doors, and it wouldn't be the first time you've escaped from your prison. I still don't know how they let you run in an election when you're an escaped convict from Wadi Natrun, ya bta' as-sultaniyya ya rad al-sgun. So please. About democracy and the will of the ballots. 22 million rebels are more than it ever took to make you. Democracy is a social contract where we, the undersigned, provide you with power based on conditions you violated anyway. So clearly, a year is more than you will ever deserve. And please, I beg you to charge me with insulting your majesty. There are 3,000 political prisoners that I am dying to meet. Thank you.